You are not prepared.
You are not prepared!
This is WoW Crusade. I'm Chris.
And I'm Brandon.
So, alright, so let's talk about what we've been doing in-game. Of course, you know that Shrody's in the guild called Twisted Egos. So, if you're ever on the Misrael server, look for me there. And I'm pretty sure that Twisted Egos is also on my Horde's side on Bloodcell Buccaneers. But right now, I'm not ever on that one. But I got Shrody up to level 50. He's been recruiting. He's got a couple people in there. They're helping recruiting. It's getting pretty awesome. It's not like getting up there, but we got about, I think, 15 guild members as of last night when I signed on. And then Tazram is a level 29. So I'm getting him up there and trying to anyways. And so as of right now, there are 22 members in the guild. So I just signed on. There's 22 members in the guild, so we're getting up there. I'm kind of loving it. So Brandon, you're gonna have to place Val some to get him kind of leveled and kind of getting to play with the guild a little bit.
Oh, no, you're good. I just didn't know if I had the actual character in the guild or not. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, Valtino's in the guild.
Okay. Well, I will start playing him as soon as Savage is done, which I'm getting really close. Yeah. I hit, 51? Yeah, 51 with Savage, and I'm in an Ungrow Crater. I've got, I don't know, let me look here. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars.
Woohoo!
Until I hit 52. And so I'm loving it. Been having a lot of fun. Really got busy this weekend and did some leveling. So Val will be in the making pretty soon. As soon as I get, like I said, Savage leveled up and hit 60. I'll start playing Val and start leveling him up. It's not hard for me to level a mage. So
yeah, you kind of know how to level a mage, so
yeah, I'll go back to the AOE spec and I'll just start AOE. I'll just AOE everything down and just AOE grind, I guess.
Yeah,
make it pretty easy, and then he'll be my. I mean, I can use him as a booster character or whatever he is needed for at that point for the guild.
That would be cool.
But yeah, he's I've been having a lot of fun. It's been pretty good. I've got some leads on. I'm in one guild right now with Savage, but no, I've been Ungrow Crater's almost done. And then after Ungrow Crater, I don't know where I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Like Tazram, he's in a guild. He's in a separate guild than Savage is, but we're mainly kind of doing that because we just kind of want to get our tunes out there just a little bit and kind of, get kind of known. That way, whenever we start running as a guild, then we can say, hey, we need a healer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm pretty sure some of those guilds will be like, oh, all right.
I'll definitely want Val up there because it's fun to raid with a mage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll work him up as well. Because I would like to do it as a guild.
Now, Taz will probably be the main tank in all the dungeons that we're going to be running together. And then I'll probably be doing Shrody, just leveling him up through quests. That way I'll be doing it two different ways. I'll be questing and I'll be running nothing but dungeons. And how close are you getting that thing done?
The leveling guide?
Yeah, the leveling guide.
I could have it done by next. I could have it done by Give me a week, probably a week and a half.
Okay.
I have it finished.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like you have to have it done now, anyways. But I kind of really want to look at it. That way, I know kind of what I'm doing when it comes out.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's just going to be pretty much a PDF file. It's just going to be typed out. I don't feel I haven't messed with enough stuff to actually make a podcast for it. Yeah. I can talk about it on here.
Well, we won't be doing that till after we get done with all the dungeons and everything, anyways.
Yeah, but it's just going to be a PDF file. But yeah, I can give it all. I'll get it done so you can have it as well.
Now, in other news, in Classic Progress, the Guild Progress sets the #1 world record speedrun time in Nagrand in Classic World of Warcraft, 45 minutes and 18 seconds.
That's pretty damn quick.
But they did a strategy where, they did the polarity shift thing, and they got that debuff to kill Saffron. Where they said kill times in the other top speedruns next Sherman's range from 1 minute to 50 seconds to 2 minutes. So they used polarity shift, and they killed him in like 20 seconds or something like that.
Jesus Christ. That's dumb.
24 seconds.
That's dumb.
Saffron has over 3 million health. Polarity Shift provides players with a damage boost of up to 190%, intended to take down the very high HP boss Thaddeus. It was not meant for absolutely crushing Saffron.
Yeah, exactly.
Progress initially waited to kill Thaddeus until right after a fresh cast of Polarity Shift, so they had as much time on the 1 minute debuff as possible. So they killed him right after they got a fresh cast, killed him, took off to Saffron, killed him in 24 seconds, done, moved on, and yeah.
Yeah, that's not very fair.
Yeah.
Quit cheating!
But I guess it's not cheating if you can do it, I guess.
Yeah, true. Big brain, that's a big brain play.
Yep.
That dude had 400 IQ.
And then also Wowhead had top question rating for Burning Crusade Classic, like the drums, the arena, looking for group. It's still up in the air on all that, so we're not going to really talk about that, because even if it did give some clarification on some stuff, it still could change, because it's in beta.
That's true.
They could say, oh, well, looking for group is going to be a dungeon finder, and then they can say tomorrow, like, oh, you know what, we should not put dungeon finder out yet, and just tell her to remove it before, because they can do anything until before the game comes out.
I did watch the beta fastest kill, or not the beta fastest kill, the beta world first kill of Mag Therodon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they nerfed him not 30 minutes after they killed him. He had 8.3 million health, and they nerfed him to 4.3.
Yeah. Wow.
After they killed him.
And then also in Classic, data mining hints at achievements on Classic era public test realm. So looks like they might have achievements, but it's not. It doesn't mean they're going to have achievements. They are talking about they might be just getting it ready, so when they do bring out achievements, it already knows what you did, when you did, and how you did, or whatever else is what they're saying. So. There seems to be codes for statistic tracking of certain boss kills such as Kel'Thuzad, Sethun, and Nefarian, and so on. So, yeah. But, like I said, that could just mean that it's just going to be ready for when it actually does come out. Or it might actually be coming out. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll never know.
Now, the achievement category file was updated with classic era categories such as mounts, dungeons and raids, and feats of strength. So it's just a little hint that they are getting ready to, because achievements came out in Wrath. So I think it's just, them saying, yeah, Wrath is going to be coming out in a couple of years. I don't think they'll bring it out for a couple of years. So.
Oh no, they're gonna give you probably the same amount of time that they gave for Classic, I'm sure. Because people are going to go into Classic, and there's more raiding or people are going to go into beta. There's more raids in beta. So, or not beta. Shut up. Quit being stupid. There's more raids in the Burning Crusade than there was in Classic.
Yeah.
And they come out at different times. They're not going to put it, and they're going to do it kind of like what they did here. You know, they didn't bring Nax out until just recently. It wasn't even out yet. So they'll bring them out and, you know, in strides like that as well. But there's more to it. And these raids are a little harder. And, you know, they're the heroic dungeons. They didn't have the heroics in Classic. So there's a lot more to do in BC. So I think they have that chance to stretch it out for a year or a year and a half before they thought about Wrath. Now this is just my perspective and my thinking.
Yeah.
I'm in no way influenced by Blizzard, or do I have any insight from Blizzard. This is just me.
If we did have insight on Blizzard, they could still change their mind, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I would like to see Wrath, and then I would like to see it stop right there. If it didn't stop right there, I'm stopping right there. I will not go forward.
Oh, I am too.
I will never.
Because Cataclysm kind of broke everything. I say that because, you know, the dragon actually came out and freaking broke everything. But it kind of took my playing down. And then after that, it totally went downhill for Pandaria, and then it just killed it for me then. I tried getting them back into it after that, but I really didn't.
What I didn't like is after Wrath, everybody's spec became the same.
Yeah.
You know, per character, depending on what you were playing. Like right now, you can have a cookie cutter spec, and some of the like my druid has one of the sickest tank heal specs that I've seen, and it's a hybrid spec, and it's for solo questing. And I can actually go into dungeons and keep myself alive for the most part because of the spec.
Yeah.
But once after Wrath, they changed that. Like everybody's spec, it was like they were wanting you to do like a streamlined spec, and that's it. This is what you have to do if you want to be the best, and that's dumb. You should be able to play the way you want and still be able to have the same amount of fun.
Yep.
And be just as useful as somebody who is just like everyone else, and they just have the same spec.
The one thing I miss in retail from Classic is the tree.
Yeah, exactly. That's and that's one of the main reasons that I don't like retail.
Yeah,
is because there's no tree anymore. You pick this box, and it doesn't feel like I'm learning these talents.
Yeah.
You know, like it did on here. Each talent point mattered in Classic and in BC, and each talent point mattered. Like it mattered where you put that.
And you went to a talent point calculator on the web and figured out what you're going to do. Now it's just like, okay, well, I just pick one.
I spent hours on that talent calculator.
Yep.
You know, like I did always. That was one of my things, like. Especially for Boomkin and Wrath. I spent hours on that thing to get my spec just right to where I wanted it for my playstyle. Now it doesn't matter what your playstyle is, you're going to have the same spec as everyone else.
Yep.
And to me, that's not that doesn't let you be different. It's making everyone. It's like, okay, we got a bunch of robots in different clothing.
All right.
And it took the I don't know. To me, it just took something away from it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, the rant over. Let's move on. We're going to talk about, Brandon's favorite area in BC.
I love Nagrand. It's so great. So pretty.
It reminds me a lot of Stranglethorn Vale. One, because, all the green and some of the mountains and everything. And plus, it's got one of our favorite characters in the game. Hemingway, that guy. Nessingwary.
Mm-hmm. It does have him here. I just really like this zone. It's got some of the coolest stuff in it.
Now, if you remember Stranglethorn Vale, you'll remember him at Nessingwary. And he has you go kill all these animals. And so, guess what? You get to go do that again. Except for you're doing it here. And they got different animals, so you're doing, I don't remember what they're called.
I don't know that. I know the quest is called Nesting Safari.
They're elephants and looks like kind of like horses, and I don't remember what they're all called. Alex are one of them. Cleft hoofs are the elephants. Yep. Talbuks. Those are like the ram horses kind of mixture. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a quest to get one, or you can get one with faction.
That's what you're going to work for, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's definitely that'll be one of the first mounts I get.
Now, it lies south of Zanger Marsh, west of Terakar Forest, and southwest of Hellfire Peninsula. It is the last remaining unscarred region of Outland. In the center of the zone is the neutral town of Hala, which can be captured by either faction. Whoever holds it will have access to a mass of amenities, including active quest givers, NPCs who accept turn-ins acquired from the zone's monsters, vendors, traders, and the like. The opposing faction, naturally, is locked out of all of this, which is precisely why they will be laying siege to it around the clock. And we're not going to talk about...
Alright. Let's see. Some of the history of Nagrand. It's Orcish for Land of Winds. Was formerly the homeland of the Frostwolf clan, and the meeting grounds of the Orcish people, where Koshharg celebrations were held twice every year. The clans would assemble at the base of their sacred mountain, Oshugun, and give thanks to the spirits. During the war against the Draenei, Prophet Velen and a retinue of priests made their way to Oshugun, the vessel that brought them to Draenor, where they were taken prisoner by Duratan and the Frostwolf clan, and eventually released. Duratan's reasoning behind that the Draenei allowed themselves to be taken prisoner, therefore there was no honor in holding them. When the elements abandoned the Orcish people, it was here, again in the shadow of Oshugun, that Gul'dan introduced the Orcish people to warlock magics. Today, the Maghar, the orcs who did not partake of the blood of Manaroth and cut themselves off from the other corrupted clans, make their home here, as do the Kurenai, the broken Draenei seeking to find their destiny. Nagrand was one of the first locations to show the signs of corruption from released fel magics, including desiccation by long droughts, fertile soil turned to dust, and sand that would not hold grasses or crops, and the acrid odor similar to something burning. However, having largely escaped the severity of corruption seen elsewhere in the world, it became known as Maghar, uncorrupted. It remained one of the few places in the world, along with the fields of Farallon and portions of Terakar Forest, that looked largely as they did before the corruption of the world. Illidan's Stormrage, Keel'Thas Sunstrider, and Lady Vosh managed to seize the Black Temple from Magtheridon by shutting down several dimensional gateways used by Magtheridon to bring demons from the twisting nether. It was revealed that one of these gateways was actually located in Nagrand. Now, WorldOfWarcraft.com says this about Nagrand. Nagrand is the last unscarred region in Outland. Oh, you said this earlier, but it is the ancestral home of the orcs and the heart of the early Orcish shamanism. Today, it is a fertile retreat where elementals commune with mortals on a regular basis. Marauding ogres from Blade's Edge Mountains, meaning to claim the territory as their own, currently pose the greatest threat to this unspoiled reserve. Now, you know when they were talking about the acrid odor similar to something burning? I'm almost thinking, when the smell of it, I'm almost thinking that might be like an egg smell. You know, like a rotten egg, like sulfurous smell. Just, I don't know. That's just what I thought. But anyway.
Alright, so now the geography. Green and yellow grassy plains reminding one of a bit of Mulgore and or the Barrens. Pink channeled sky, although the geography of the Barrens is of the same type, a savanna. Nagrand is greener and has a minor amount of wetland in places, as well as an overall higher presence of water. The zone's background music applies a mood of reverence, solemnity, and a certain amount of sorrow at its now somewhat broken nature. The music contains a direct quote from the recitative part of the aria Exultre Niche from Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's opera The Magic Flute. Nagrand was covered by snow during Draenor's winters, although it's unclear if Outland still has regular seasons. Well, I've been there 365 days a year, and it's always the same. So, anyways, there are no dungeons or battlegrounds on Nagrand. However, there is plenty of opportunity for combat. Like we talked about before with the World PvP, the city of Hala is constantly under siege from one faction or another, and the Ring of Trials arena frequently sees heated gladiatorial battles.
Ring of Trials is one of the best things. It's so fun. But there are 2 travel hubs here. You have one in Talar and one in Garadar. There's some elite areas: Forge Camp Fear, Forge Camp Hate, the Twilight Ridge. Like I said, the arena is the Ring of Trials, and Hala is your World PvP. It is good to actually have control of Hala, because if you have control of Hala for your faction, then there are a lot of different things that you can turn in. So you'll want to get control of Hala at one point or another. You'll also get the Strength of Helene, which that increases all damage done by 5% if you do own Hala. So it's got 15 NPC guards, and they have to be killed before you can actually invade Hala and take it as your own. The major factions for this area are the Kurenai, the Consortium, and the Maghar.
Then some of the noble characters, Hemet Nesingwary, which we've already talked about. He's in northeastern Nagrand at the Nesingwary Safari. Great Mother Gaia, Thrall's grandmother, is in the horde town of Garadar. Here, the Naru is regaining his power within the Ashigun. Inkezi is West Central Nagrand, deals out uncut gems via membership benefits every month.
If you don't have a horde character, make one, just so you can go over and see Great Mother Gaia. It's really cool to see Thrall's grandmother, and just if you're in the lore, it's kind of cool to see her. Other than that, this is just, I like this area because it's got some leather working, it's got leather in it, and it's got ore, herbs.
This is the leather working or the skinning capital right here.
Yeah, it really is.
You people doing the quest, you just follow them around or whatever, or you just walk around, kill stuff. And the big Elix, I think, give more leather. I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think they give a couple pieces, 2 or 3 pieces, where others only give like 1.
Because they're big elephant-looking things. So yeah.
An Easter egg in Nagrand: Isaac Newton could not handle so many islands defying gravity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's islands that are floating.
Oh, yeah.
It just says Isaac Newton wouldn't know what to do with himself if he's seen all that. But other than that, I just really like this area. It's really pretty. And I spend a lot of time here.
The Pooh quest is in here in Nagrand.
Yes, yes, it is. But yeah, I spend a lot of time in this zone just because it's really pretty. I go back here even after I'm done and just kind of fly around. I like the music. The ambiance is really nice. So
I remember
it's just kind of a good place to hang out.
When I was 70, I would fly up to one of those broken islands, and I would that's where I would log out every day. Yeah,
you can do that. It's just, I don't know. I really enjoyed the thing. But yeah, that's all that we have for this one. I know it was really short and sweet, to the point that we talked about Nagrand. The next one we're going to do Netherstorm. So yeah, we got Netherstorm, Shadowing Valley, Blaze Edge Mountains. Okay. Alrighty.
Alright, well, until next week, have fun playing a game.
As always.
This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.